Okay, let's look at the question. A straight line L has a negative slope, which means the slope of the straight line is negative and passes through the point 8 comma 2 and cuts the positive coordinate axes at P and Q. Okay, assume this point be P, x-axis, where it cuts the x-axis is P and where it cuts the y-axis is Q. When we add the intercepts like OB the origin, OP plus QP, the answer will be some L value and we have to find where the value is minimum. Okay, we have to find where the value is minimum. First, look, just forget about the question and the values, just look at the graph. Okay, the point, the straight line passes through 8 comma 2 and has a slope of m. Assume it has a slope of m. Okay, when we write it in the form of a equation, y minus 2 is equals to m into x minus 8, y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1, the formula, right? Look at the graph, just let me just a bit. Okay, look at these things, this dotted point, right? Let's change the color to black. Okay, 8 comma 2, the point at 8 comma 2, and this is the line y is equals to mx plus c. Let's change the slope. Here we can change the slope. If we change the slope from minus 10 to plus 10, the this is how the line moves according to the change in slope. Okay, now you get the idea. This is the, we have to find negative slope. It must, when the negative slope, the we have to find the minimum value. So it is 0 to minus 10. From here to here we can, like, not just only minus 10, we can take up to minus infinity, 0 minus infinity to 0, but due to computational problems we can only get up to minus 10. Okay, well then let's convert this equation into intercept form. Okay, y minus 2 is equals to, we have to find the, add the intercepts, right? So we have to find the intercepts first. When we do some math, we can convert this equation into slope in intercept form. Therefore, the intercept of x will be 8m minus 2 by m plus y by minus half 8m minus 2 equals to 1. Therefore, x-intercept and y-intercept we got it. Okay, we have to add these two intercepts. The question is, okay, when we add these two intercepts, 8m minus 2 by, we get an equation, and this f of m, okay, let's assume f of m will be, it has to be at the minimum value. Okay, you get it. Let's get a graph for this. Look at this. Assume, like, to show it in a graph, I took the coordinates, change the m as x values. Okay, just look, just get the graph for it. Y is equals to, okay, look at this graph, how beautiful, right? We have two different curves here. Just for this single equation we have two curves. Okay, let's just check for ourselves whether the curves are correct or wrong. Okay, assume, like, here let's take some random value. I'm taking minus 1. Okay, let's see, minus 1, assume the slope will be minus 1. So where it, the x-intercept will be 10 and the y-intercept will be 10. 10 plus 10, 20, right? X-intercept will be 10, y-intercept will be 10. Answer 10 plus 10, some random, x plus 10. Okay, let look at the value of this thing at minus 1. Okay, the graph at minus 1, the green color graph. Okay, at minus 1, the actual value for this graph is 20. Okay, look, minus 1, the value of the graph is 20. Magic, looks like a magic, right? Well then let's confirm it another time. Let's change the value to some, the slope of the line to some positive thing. Here we don't have to consider the positive things because the question is specifically mentioned that we have to find the minimum addition of the intercepts at negative slope. But let's see what we can do. Okay, let's assume the slope is 0.9. The, maybe like some, change it a bit. Let's assume it's 1 plus 1, this one. Let's take plus 1. Just to get the, eliminate the decimal values. If we take any other values, we will get some decimal values. So I'm taking 1. At the 1, it actually intersects, x-intercept will be 6 and the y-intercept will be minus 6. Okay, at 1 plus 6 and minus 6, the answer will be 0. Okay, when we add those two things together, look here, 1 comma 0, this graph, which means if the slope is 1, the answer will be 0, like the addition of them will be 0. You get it, right? These two graphs indicate that. For the time being, we have to ignore the right part, right side of this green graph. Okay, so that, so which means we should only take the positive x-axis, negative x-axis. So let me make it minus mod x. Same here, minus mod x. Okay. By specifically mentioning that it's a minus mod x, we can clearly mod x. Okay. Look at this thing. Right. Changed. Hmm, just a sec. Just change it to the original form. I tried something, but it's not working. Okay. Look at this graph. Green, right? Well then, let's do some differentiation of this graph. Okay, this line also can be represented as, if we multiply and divide this 8m minus 2 by m, we can write it like this. And when we differentiate this thing, f dash will be minus 8m square plus 2 by m square. Okay, look at this. This is the differentiation part. Get it? Well then, let's look at the graph of this, the blue graph, right? This is the graph for the differentiated equation of this thing. Okay, looks so beautiful, right? Let's see how it's gonna think. Okay, this has a curve. See, I think you basically know that how differentiation works. It just indicates the slope of the given curve at a particular point. Okay, let's see. Here, look at this graph. Here we can see that the tangent. Let's try tangent at the base because we cannot draw tangents all over it. But here the tangent of this curve, this green curve, the tangent for the sum of these things is y is equals to 18, right? Y is equals to 18 at this given point. Okay, at this given point y is equals to 18, the tangents will be here. And this, let's see, the tangent slope is 0 because it's a straight line, it's a horizontal line, the slope of the tangent is 0. But so look at it, the slope of the tangent is 0 at point, let's see, it is 0.5. At 0.5 the slope of the tangent is 0, which means at 0.5 if we draw a tangent to the green curve, the slope will be 0. That's what this blue color graph says, which means if we find the roots for this graph at 0.0, we find two equations. At 0 point plus positive 0.5, we get the minimum value for the positive direction of the slope, and at minus 0.5 it cuts the x-axis at 2 points, right? When it cuts the negative 0.5, the value of it is 18, like it is the minimum value. You get it? And we found the answer is 18. It is the minimum value. Look, if we, like, this is the minimum, if wherever we take it's more than 18, we only have to find the minimum. The minimum value is 18. Again the sum of the intercepts will go as the slope changes. If the slope is around 0.9, The slope is, if like the slope is around 0.9, then the sum of the intercepts will be 19. Okay, this is how. If the slopes is, sum of the slopes is around precisely 0.5 minus 0.5, it will be 18. You get it? This graph indicates, exactly shows that by finding the roots for this graph, we can find the minimum value for this thing. Okay, well then let's do some math. We don't always have graphs in our classrooms, so let's see how to do it. So we have to find roots. To find roots, we have to assume that the another value is 0, and let's find roots. Then for when we find the values, there is plus or minus 1 by 2, which means plus or minus 1 by 1 0.5, as shown in this graph. Magic. Minus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus or minus 0.5. So but the graph question is precisely asked about minus 0.5. The question is mentioned about minus 0.5, so we have to only take minus 0.5. At minus 0.5, what is the value of this green equation? See, the minimum value is 18. The answer is 18. We can check the answer for this graph. Let's see how it looks like. The slope is, what's the slope? At when minus 0.5, the value, sum of the intercepts will be minimum. Okay, let's see, minus 0.5. You can see this, right? Let's assume or remove all the other graphs at 8 comma 2. See, at minus 0.5, this is will be minimum, and you can see, you can add these two things here also, like it is increasing when the triangle adjacent and opposite. Look at these two sides. The we have to, so just like magic, at 0.5 minus 0.5, it will be the minimum, and the answer is 18. If you want to confirm the answer, you can just check it out. Well then, if you want to find the answer, we get minus 0.5, right? We have to substitute this minus 0.5 in f of x to get 18. Let's see, let's substitute it. Minus 1 8 into, just draw the pad. Okay, 8 into minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 minus 2 over, this is minus 1 by 2, so I am only taking minus common, and a 2 outside. Minus 1 by 2 like 2 to multiply, 2 multiply, and there is a minus symbol, so I am taking it, and cancel, cancel. The answer will be, here will be 4, 4 minus 4 minus 2, there will be minus 6, minus 6 minus of minus 2, the will be like 12. The answer will be 12 for this part, and we have to subtract it with minus 8 into m, right? Minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 minus 2. Here let's assume this will be 4. Forgot about the bracket here. Okay, let's say be minus 4 minus 4, right? Minus 4 minus 2, the answer will be minus 6. Minus of minus 6 plus 6. 12 plus 6 equals to 18. Hooray, we got the answer. Look at, guys, this is the magic of calculus. We converted a simple equation and the hard to solve problem into a beautifully representable lines. Well then, let's stop.